Welcome everybody to the Two versus Brother podcast. I'm here again with Alfredo. We have some breaking news. This is when we could actually get to it. Bill Belichick, not with the Patriots anymore. How do you feel about that, Fred?
Good man. Actually, it was a very surprise that Bill Belichick, he has been a thorn on the Dolphins. Even though the last couple of years the Dolphins have taken over, but it was a surprise. But I mean, really not. I mean, it was a surprise that it happened, but not much of a surprise.
Mm.
This was has been talked about it for the longest. Right, and the pressure started coming into Belichick, Pedro,
Yeah.
when him and Tom Brady, the way that Belichick treated Tom Brady on his way out, and then Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl in Tampa the year right after that. If you remember in 2020,
Hmm.
I mean, actually, let's go a little bit even further than that. In the last couple of years in the Patriots, Tom Brady Bill Belichick was already on his way to replace him. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
By Jimmy Garoppolo. That Jimmy G. That was like his golden boy. And basically he had, the opportunity yeah, for it. But the owner, Bob Kraft, got in the way and didn't allow for this to go through.
Mm.
So from that moment on, there was already a strained relationship. So Brady leaves because Belichick did not give him, what he wanted. Belichick wanted to move on.
Hmm.
And then what did the Patriots do after Brady left? Nothing.
Nothing. They didn't. From my understanding, they never made it back to the playoffs.
Well, they did. They made the playoff
1 year.
1 year in
Hmm.
which it was Matt Jones' rookie year.
Hmm.
But after that, nothing. They had Cam Newton the year right after that. And then they had Matt Jones. They went to the playoffs. They lost to the Bills. They got blown out by the Bills.
Hmm.
And then after that, then it was just downhill. So the pressure was being already on Bill Belichick. The hot seat. He had the hottest seat. Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. People were saying, you know, this was already, this is Bill Belichick. It was his fault, and that's what happened.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I remember after they won the Super Bowl, the last Super Bowl they won with Brady, and after that, and he came out on a press conference and after when they were losing and they weren't playing right, and people asked him, "Hey, so what do you think about everything that happened?" He's like, "Listen, we had Brady for as long as we had him. We sold out to win three Super Bowls.
Yep.
So they went. They spent money. They put in. They did everything that they needed to do to win those Super Bowls, and Brady got it for them. And then he wasn't able to reproduce, and it made him seem like Brady was the one that was propelling the ship, and he wasn't the one that was really at the hand of the ship. So
Yep.
it makes
Well,
me
if you the big problem with the Patriots was drafting. That's the main problem. Belichick, I think, was still an effective head coach because the Patriots people respected their defense; they were always competitive. But it's just mostly the general manager, and you're gonna see it in our screen. I'm gonna tell you the top 10 draft picks that Bill Belichick had, and I'm gonna just run it down quick. Number 10, Asante Samuel from 2003. Number 9, Dan Copen, center, 2003. Number 8, Logan Mankins, left guard, 2005. Matt Light, left tackle, 2001. Number 6, Devin McCourty, cornerback, first round, 2010. Number 5, Vince Wilfork, defensive tackle, first round, 2004. Number 4, Richard Seymour, defensive end, first round, 2001. Number 3, Robert Gronkowski, tight end, second round, 2010. Number 2, Julian Edelman, wide receiver, seventh round, 2009. And then obviously number 1, Tom Brady, quarterback, sixth round, 2000. What
Mhm.
do you see with all those numbers, Pedro? And you see it in our screen, the draft. What do you notice?
It's all early in the dynasty. That's
Yep.
basically all it is.
The earliest, or sorry, the latest was 2010. After
Hmm.
that, nothing else. So he deserves to get what he wants. I mean, he, as a general manager, that's a lot of things that he didn't do.
Yeah, and it isn't it like just to ask you a question real quick. The head coach for the Houston Texans, not the head coach, I'm sorry, the GM for the Houston Texans was from the Patriots, correct?
Not the one from now.
Not the one from now.
No, no,
Huh.
no.
Ah.
They had different. I mean, he was the de facto GM.
Hmm.
Okay, he and Scott Pioli was the one. Scott Pioli, I think, went to Kansas City. But no, Houston. Like he was the main man. Actually, yeah, the general manager of the Texans is Nick Casario,
Yeah, that's the
and
one.
he was the Patriots' longtime director of player personnel.
Correct. Yes.
So, no, they're doing great in Houston. But
Houston is
again,
doing good.
you know, a lot of decisions that Belichick made,
Mhm.
were very questionable.
Yeah, and just to for you guys to remember, a lot of the disciples that come from the Belichick tree don't make it. Like the best example of a Belichick disciple to make it, in my opinion, was Bill O'Brien. But even still,
He didn't
Bill
do anything.
O'Brien, he was the
Destroyed
best.
Houston. He destroyed Houston. Look at he was part of the Laramie Tunsil trade.
Yeah,
So
but that's when he became the czar over there, and he did it, and he was part of everything. That's why they had to get rid of him. But
yeah,
there was no other head coach that came out of that tree that had any success. Even the Dolphins one that we had here. He had great defense for a few years, but after that he was gone.
Brian Flores. Yeah.
Brian Flores.
So so Pedro. So who do you think? Where do you think Bill Belichick is going to land?
Well, there's a couple right now of just to name a few of the locations where he could go. Las Vegas looks like they already have their guy. They could go and they could make another hiring, but it looks like they're gonna hire from within. That's for what it seems. Carolina Panthers, they let go of Frank Wright. We have the Los Angeles Chargers let go of Brandon Staley. Arthur Smith, Atlanta Falcons. Ron Rivera with the Washington Commanders. Mike Vrabel, Tennessee. And then the surprise of all that I see here is Pete Carroll. All
Okay.
these all these are people are gone from the position, so those positions are open. In my opinion, the best location where he could go, where he has a quarterback already set, is the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yep. Yeah, they have a quarterback. They have a top draft pick, great
Mm-hmm.
market. So I would say the another option would be the Atlanta Falcons. Um, the market is not like Los Angeles, but they have the players, they have the running back, the wide receiver, the tight end. They just need to get a quarterback. Of course, we have to see if Belichick is capable of getting the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a good potential spot. The Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah,
Obviously, the next couple of days will be very interesting, and we just have to keep an eye on the rumor mills and see what happens.
yeah. Like in your opinion, Alfredo, because you've been seeing this a lot longer than I have. when it comes to head coach hirings and firings. Is did you see the firing of Pete Carroll? Now that we're on this subject, as something that was a shock.
I mean, things were. I mean, he is the oldest coach of the league.
Mhm.
So eventually, I mean, I was surprised that it happened this year, but I wasn't surprised. Eventually, it was going to happen. I mean, it grew kind of stagnant, but they kind of Seattle decided to move quick. So I mean, it really doesn't surprise me as much. I mean, none of these firings or anything, even with the whole Belichick, doesn't surprise me.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, that's very fair. But now
so
that besides the Chargers and the Falcons, and moving past the Bill Belichick thing, um, where do you think that the rest of these guys that pretty much have been fired are going to go? Because yes, we have very good running coaches here. Mike Vrabel, for instance, is a very good coach. We have Ron Rivera is also a very good coach. Where do you see these guys landing?
I mean, I think Vrabel's might can end up with the Patriots. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's been a rumor all along. I think that at least with that, he is the one with the best shot. I don't think anybody else would have a chance. I don't think no Arthur Smith nor Staley, not even Ron Rivera. Maybe Ron Rivera, but other than that, I don't think anybody else is going to get another head coaching job.
Okay.
So,
And what do you think about the possibility of Jim Harbaugh coming into the league?
well, he would be. He's the only one that I would say that might prevent Bill Belichick not going to the Chargers,
Mm-hmm.
but it's fairly possible that he already won. He has won a national championship, and he's intrigued to go back into the NFL. So he would be. I mean, it would be a team that is willing to give him everything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
another team to keep an eye on all of this is the Commanders. They have new ownership, big market for football. He might, that might be a great spot for any of these coaches to be there. But it's a lot of rumors, a lot of things, going on.
Alrighty. I think we'll wrap this up today. Remember, people, this is a quick video that we had going on here. If you have any questions, write them down in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe. If you ain't like it, put the dislike button. Let us know why you didn't like it. Put it in the comments. We do not know anything. We don't know anything about this. Put it in the comments. Are we complete idiots? Put it in the comments.
Do
Let us
it,
know.
do it. It's right there. It's right there in the channel. Just go ahead, give your comments, and we can have a healthy discussion with all this.
Sounds good, Alfredo. See you around, man.
All right, bro.